Hard times come to everyone. There are moments in life when pain feels heavy, answers feel distant, and hope feels fragile. During these seasons, many people wonder where God is and why life feels so difficult. The Bible teaches us that hard times are not proof that God has abandoned us. In fact, Scripture shows us that God often works most deeply in our lives during our hardest moments. Biblical wisdom is not only for good days. It is especially for days when life feels overwhelming. The Bible teaches us to trust God even when we do not understand what is happening. In Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, we are told to trust in the Lord with all our heart and not lean on our own understanding, but to acknowledge Him in all our ways so that He can direct our path. When life does not make sense, biblical wisdom invites us to trust God's guidance instead of relying only on our emotions or logic. Hard times reveal our limitations, but they also remind us that God sees the full picture. Scripture also teaches us that suffering has purpose. In James 1 verses 2 to 3, the Bible explains that trials test our faith and produce perseverance. This does not mean that pain itself is good, but it means that God can use pain to grow us. Through hardship, faith is strengthened, patience is developed, and character is refined. What feels like a setback may actually be preparation for something greater. The Bible reminds us that God is close to those who suffer. Psalm 34 verse 19 tells us that the righteous person may face many troubles, but the Lord delivers them from all. God does not promise a life without difficulty, but He promises His presence, His help, and His faithfulness. Even when we feel alone, God is near, working quietly in ways we may not yet see. Biblical wisdom for hard times also teaches us how to respond. It teaches us to pray instead of panic, to trust instead of fear, to remain faithful even when answers are delayed, and to choose obedience even when it is difficult. God invites us to seek His wisdom in every situation. In James 1 verse 5, we are reminded that if we lack wisdom, we should ask God, and He will give it generously. Hard times do not define us. They refine us. When we walk with God's wisdom, our struggles are not wasted. God uses every season to shape us, strengthen us, and prepare us for what is ahead. No matter how difficult life feels right now, God is not finished with your story. Trust Him, seek His wisdom, and hold on to hope, because even the hardest season has purpose in God's plan.